Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer and I'm here to build a model kit. I'm also here to build a Lego set. And I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. And if you feel like being a lurker, well, guess what? You can just go ahead and lurk. That's okay. It's a Monday. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. I'm going to finish up a model kit. I'm going to start a Lego set. I'm very excited for both of those things. There's not much left to do with the model kit. We just have to build the diorama base for it. And then we got to get into working on the Lego set, a big-ass Lego set. The most expensive Lego set I have built in quite some time. Hello, Lord Crashton. Happy to have you here. I have restocked the backlog now. Normally, a model kit or a Lego set like this, it would have been voted on by my patrons. I would have done a vote and it would have won. But I said, fuck it, I just want to build this thing. So we did it anyway. I'm going to go to the overhead camera. Here's the overhead camera. As you can see, we are wrapping up the Son Goku Mini and Piccolo Mini set here. We've got our Goku, we got our Piccolo. This is the second one we've built of this for Daima. We also have this Goku and this Vegeta. So we can compare and contrast when we're done by building the same exact base for this that the previous one had. We're just going to build the same base. It's okay. We're going to do it and it's fine. I should say that we are currently at 21 subscribers. The goal is to get to 40. And I shut up about how many subscribers I have when we hit 40. So if you want to become a subscriber, you can do that. It would be cool. We have quite a bit to talk about tonight, here and there. It's manga night, so I got some manga to talk about in the second hour. We've got one anime to chat about. It was announced by friends and family today of the passing of Rebecca Heinemann. You might not know Rebecca from her many years of working for Interplay. She was a founding member of Interplay. And most recently, she was the chief executive officer of Old School. That's with two U's and the NL and an umlaut on the U's. She was a game designer for many, many years. She's known for working on the Bard's Tale franchise. She is known for the just obscene amount of Mac ports that she did. She recently, I believe today, died of cancer or complications due to cancer. She is recognized as the first person in America to win a video game tournament. And that is not hyperbole. She is recognized as that. She competed in a regional branch of a national Space Invaders Championship, and she won the whole thing. And so she is recognized for that. She then won the official total one. She won a regional, which she was not expecting to even be in the top 100, and then she went on to win the whole thing. Which then cemented her place, and she is, as I said, would go on to New York to win the whole thing and be recognized as the first national champion in video games in the United States, which is wild. That got her a few little gigs here and there, mostly on the press side, it turns out. Her years of reverse engineering Atari 2600 games led her to instantly be hired after an interview at age 16, dropping out of high school to pursue game development at Avalon Hill. She worked on her very first solo video game, London Blitz, there. But she went to a bunch of different places. She worked a bunch of different games on the Commodore 64, the Apple II, the VIC-20, IBM PC. She designed Bard's Tale 3, Dragon Wars, Task Times in Tone Town, Borrowed Time, Mind Shadow, lots of ports of Battle Chess. She did the Mac OS and 3D ports of Wolfenstein 3D. Now, if you look in the game credits for a lot of these games, you will not see Rebecca Heinemann. You will see William Heinemann. Because in 2003, she changed her name to Rebecca and transitioned. And so this accomplished video game developer and outspoken ally became one of the most notable trans women in video games, and an active person in. She was a part of the advisory board for the Video Game History Museum and part of the board of directors of GLAAD. Let's see. That was in 1980. The year I was born, she won the first national video game tournament in the United States. Before I knew who she was, which I came to learn of her a few years ago, I did have the weird thing. This is a weird thing that happens in communities like this now and again, is that like in queer communities, you end up hearing about people and then realizing you've known about them for far longer because you end up reading the things that they've made or games that they have played, and then you go, oh shit, okay. I joke about how Xandra, the person that made my emotes, I have been friends with for many years, but I knew of Xandra because Xandra there is a minor character in a ages old webcomic that is based on Xandra. And so I knew Xandra before I knew Xandra. In the same way, I have read Sailor Renko, which is a Sailor Moon fanfic comic that basically somebody wrote a fanfic that was so good, in this case Sailor Renko, that Heinemann drew it based on that, and that became kind of fucking famous in circles. And it's very weird to the years later to be like, oh wait, oh shit, and making those connections. Most recently, before being diagnosed with cancer, Rebecca Heinemann won the Gaming Icon Award. That's Gaming with a Y at the Gaming with a Y Awards, and was honored. And she truly is an icon. That is not hyperbole in any sense of the world. I am not going to talk about all of the video games that she worked on. The list is fucking long. Another aspect I should mention about Rebecca is that Mac gamers in the mid 90s and late 90s and early 2000s owe her a debt of gratitude because she single-handedly ported a lot of PC games of that era to the Mac. I'm just going to read Mac ports that she worked on. Let's see. Wolfenstein 3D. She did the Mac and 3DO ports. Tempest 2000. Redneck Rampage. Jazz Jackrabbit 2. Galactic Patrol. Baldur's Gate 2. Shadow of M. Icewind Dale. Hexen 2. All of those are Mac ports that she worked on. Some of which she was the only person working on them. And those Mac ports, so Mac gamers should raise a glass. The last game that she worked on was another port of Battle Chess, Game of Kings, in 2015. And also the 2015 re-release of Chips Challenge. She was an icon and a pioneer, and we are worse off without her. And yeah, it is unfortunately a fairly consistent tale these days. That stories like that, and on a sad note, that we don't get to, there are places where she was honored. Certainly, she knew that people, because she was well known in the circuit, the touring circuit, to be warm and open. I have not met her, but I have many friends that knew her and considered her family, and so my condolences to the family. She's survived by 5 children, and yeah, it's sad. She is not a name. Rebecca Ann Heinemann is not a name that you hear all the time. But her legend lives large, and so it is. It's sad. It's sad to have to make that, to talk about it like this. But that that's where we're at. You never got to know her, but general overall made me feel like I should get a Gmod, get into Gmod a lot more. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just this wild thing where like, she just lived a fucking cool ass life, and then made her retirement years her mission to do talks and to build up people and to be there for people and to advocate for folks, and it's just fucking cool. And you'll see a lot of messages on Blue Sky and Twitter about her from people that knew her best. And yeah, it's a shame. I did want to bring that up because I'm going to talk a lot of shit tonight because the Game of the Year nominations are out. So I'm going to talk some fucking mess and some stuff that I'm excited about. Mostly talking mess. And I at least wanted to start with like honoring someone cool in video games before I kind of like talk a whole lot of shit about the Game Awards. Again, reminder for folks, I'm not going to watch them live. But we will, yes, Lord Crash in the Discourse. I don't plan on watching it live. I'm not going to stream that night. I'm going to take that night off. Because I just it's not my jam. And then like 2 years ago, it had like, it was just like, what am I even on Twitter right now? So I think I just end up taking the night off, and it's fine. We'll talk about the nominees. We'll talk about the results after the show happens. If there are trailers of note, we'll chat about that. Game of the Year nomination category is, and again, reminder that these nominations come in order to nominate a game, you have to at least nominate 3 games total in a category. If you only know one game and you want to nominate that, it doesn't count. This is for games journalists, influencers, magazine writers, critics, all kinds of different people that get asked to be part of this for various countries in the world. That's important later when we talk about that a little bit later. But you have to nominate 3 people. Or 3 people or games in a category to be able to put a nomination in. And these nominations then will be voted on by a large swath of people. It is not, these are not just the Keeleys, but also Jeff Keighley and company pick who gets to vote on these things. Jeff Gerstmann is a person that voted on that nominated. Jeff Gerstmann nominated some things in some categories. Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are your 6 games. Obviously, those are not the games that, of the games on this list, I have played 2 of them. Of the games on this list, I would say my Game of the Year of games on this list would be Hades 2. Now, my Game of the Year is Nubby's Number Factory. Nubby's Number Factory, I do not believe got nominated for anything. I would not expect it to be nominated for anything. That's okay. But I would say of this list, I would probably put Hades 2 on there. Again, I have not played a Switch game in since the Switch came out. I haven't played any Switch 2 games. Someday maybe I'll play Death Stranding, but I'm not like itching to. Nubby seems wildly satisfying. Number goes up in weird ways. It is fucked up Peggle. I really like Nubby's Number Factory. If folks see it on sale, they should pick it up. There was just an update that came out, a big update that came out like yesterday, with a new mode and then a bunch of like extra nonsense and some new modifiers. I got to check it out. I haven't yet. I will check it out. I also will probably play Clair Obscur at some point. I probably will play it at some point. I do like RPGs, and I do like European-influenced RPGs. So, I'll probably play that someday. I understand why it's on the list. Clair Obscur is on that list a lot. Ben Starr nominated for Clair Obscur, also Charlie Cox for Best Performance. Erika Ishii is nominated for Ghost of Yotei. Also, Ghost of Yotei not up for Game of the Year, which is kind of interesting because that is a critical hit. Jennifer English for Clair Obscur. Clair Obscur has half of the categories for Best Performance. Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And Shizumi Hinako for Silent Hill F, which is cool. That's cool that they got nomination for voice acting. That's cool. I like that. Look. The nice thing about this is these aren't my awards, so I can just tell you that Erika fucking rules. And so, I want Erika to win. I would like Erika to win because it would be fucking badass and cool if Erika won that category, because they're fucking incredible. Just cool as hell and awesome and very funny. And delightful. So it's I would go with Erika on that. Best ongoing game. Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky will probably win another award in a different category that is similar to this category, because it makes sense. I could see Fortnite. Fortnite's had a very strong year with Star Wars and now The Simpsons. They had a very strong year as an ongoing game. Helldivers 2... I've enjoyed my time with Helldivers 2 in 2025, but I know a lot of fans got fucking real sick of that game and real tired of weird choices made by the developers. So, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea, when it comes down to actual voting, how that's going to play. Lord Crash says Power Wash Simulator. The original Power Wash Simulator had a pretty okay 2025. You're not wrong. It was pretty good 2025 as far as an ongoing game in this year. I wouldn't necessarily disagree, Lord Crash. I think it had a pretty strong year. Of those listed, I would go with Fortnite, just because Fortnite's had a very strong year. And I will just say this is anecdotally. My friends who are still playing Marvel Rivals don't fucking talk about it. And they play it, but they don't talk about it. My best ongoing Power Wash Simulator is certainly up there. Hearthstone didn't have a great year as far as expansions go, so I wouldn't put Hearthstone on that list myself, even though I still play it all the fucking time. Playing it tomorrow on stream. Tune in. We recently had an expansion. I've got a couple new decks to show off that are pretty fun. One of them is very, very silly in a way that I'm really enjoying. So, maybe you want to check that out on, I gotta clip this little nub in here, tomorrow. Best mobile game, Destiny Rising, Persona 5, The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Musume, Pretty Derby, and Withering Waves. Sonic Rumble being nominated is hilarious because people I know who are convinced that there are very good Sonic video games that come out all the time don't like Sonic Rumble, so that makes me laugh a lot. And then on the flip side, it's Pretty Derby. It's just going to be pretty derby. Like, that's just it. People love the horse girl game. People fucking love the horse girl game. So like, it's pretty derby. They tried to make Sonic Fall Guys and failed. Yes. Best art direction: Clear Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, Hollow Knight. All great choices. I could see Hey, Dirty, welcome. I could see Ghost of Yote winning just because of the like black and white Kurosawa mode, you know, like it wins something. But I could also see Claire win that. I could see Silksong winning that because Silksong is not winning Game of the Year, probably. So like, it could win that, like best art direction, maybe. Best score in music, I would probably say Silksong myself over Hades 2, Clair Obscure, Ghost of Yote, and Death Stranding 2. Ghost of Yote. Silksong is strong with his amazing art, indeed. Ghost of Yote winning a bunch of nominations despite not getting Game of the Year noms. Hey, we're done with this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. We'll get a little wide here. So this is Goku and Piccolo. They're hanging out. You do wish that... Silent Hill F was nominated for score. Last week, I totally hear you. I hear what you're saying. Haha. Best audio design: Battlefield 6, Clair Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, and Silent Hill F. Dirty wants me to hit the dance button. If you're unfamiliar, folks, what's going to happen is I'm going to press this button and dance music is going to play, and I'm going to dance around because that is a thing you can redeem. Here we go. I'm going to take a photo of this while I dance a little bit. Thank you for your channel points. Best score and music. We did that. Best audio design. I've heard good things about Battlefield 6, but also like, I don't know, a horror game that everyone really likes. I could see winning best audio design because like, if your horror game doesn't have good audio, you know, I could see that being a bummer. So we can connect these two dioramas together. If you want to do that, we can do this. Let me get it together here. So I have built two of these. Is this where's there? Well, yeah, there it goes. Okay. I gotta put it like this. Why does it not want to go there? Come on. Do you want to go here? No? What about this? Oh, you can go like that. And then I can do it like this. Okay. That's how it connects. It connects like that. Great. That's kind of fucking cool. Now, is this a category for Power Wash Simulator 2, says Lord Crash and Dead? I mean, the audio design in Power Wash Simulator 2 is pretty good, but I don't think Power Wash Simulator 2 made the date. I think that they'd have to do it next year. So here's the diorama. As you can see, our Gokus, one is, this is the first one, and this one's like, haha. And then you got Vegeta, and you got Piccolo. And so, yeah, I can put them together. And that's kind of fun that they go together. Kind of neat. I might put this on display somewhere. I don't know where. I do have to still find Vegeta's foot. I lost part of Vegeta's foot. I do need to find that. I know where it might be, so I got to look. But yeah, that's it. The fact that that's it for Dragon Ball Daima as far as action figure models kits go is a bummer. I wish that there was more. There were some action figures, but that's the end of the action figure model kits for that show. We did not get any new characters. Instead of having two Gokus, it would have been nice to have somebody else from the show. Perhaps a new character introduced in the show. Or Vegeta, like, spoilers for late in the season, cool power-ups for the characters. Seems like it's designed to complete a full circle. Lashbrook, kind of, but they didn't do it. The Carnival job I just finished yesterday has been the highlight so far. I enjoyed the weird house fairly early on in the game. There's a couple weird houses that I've liked so far. I'm not as far as you are in the game, Power Simulator 2. All right, we're gonna move on from this into Lego. It's Lego time. Game Boy, the Lego Game Boy. We're gonna build the Lego Game Boy. We do have a new, this kit comes with its own brick separator, which I can add to the collection, which also means that we'll work with a fresh brick separator. I had one ready to go in my tool area, but we'll go with this one. This one's new. It's fresh. We should use the one that comes with it. They also want me to have these here. We can look at this here. The lenticulars. Nintendo, we can mimic that. I love this. I think this rules. I don't know what I'm going to go with. It's probably going to be this one because it fucking whips ass. But then we also got, got this little here. A little dark to see, sorry. And then we've got little Mario. Little Mario time. Boop. Boop. But if I'm going to pick one, it's probably going to be the Nintendo, the loading. That's probably what I'm going to go with. And then we've got Super Mario Land and Zelda as our stickers here. We took out. And then we've got, these came just in another bag. And then we've got our back plate here with the model number there. Need a Tetris, says Lord Crashington. Yeah, I mean, so it makes sense that it ended up with Nintendo games and they didn't, because remember, a thing is that if you get a Lego set and it's a brand, then you are paying the brand tax, what some people refer to as the Star Wars tax. But you are paying more, right? If there was going to be a Tetris, that means that Lego would also have to license Tetris from the Tetris company. And so they wouldn't do that. Does it not come with a backplate for the customer service number? No, it just it comes with a backplate with a barcode there, a number code. But yeah, it does not have a service number. No. That's cool. That's just cool. I like looking at that. So we're gonna we'll get all this together here. We got the Nintendo Game Boy thing here. I am just going to be separating these by color. Not gonna get anything too crazy with it, but we'll separate by color, and then we'll just build bag by bag. Nice and easy. There's only gonna be so many colors in here for us to separate. It's gonna be pretty simple to do this, but we'll start with bag one, and we just go in order. That's how this works. Wait, is the number on the back the same for everyone? Lord Crashington also wants me to dance, which I will, but I'm going to answer this question. Is the number on the back the same for everyone? 0421. I imagine so. They just picked a number. They're not going to do custom prints for each one. You know what I mean? Maybe they did do like 3 or 4 different ones, but I imagine they just did the same number for everyone because they have to screen print a Lego block. So they have to just do it over and over again. That's my guess anyway. Lord Crashington hit the dance button, which means that I then press the dance button. I dance a little bit, which I will. Thank you for using your channel points for the dance button, Lord Crashington. 4/21/1989 is the release date of the Game Boy. Ah, okay. There you go. Is a significant number. It's a reference. Cool. Good to know. All right. Best adaptation. One of the there's inarguably, in my opinion, obviously, inarguably, in my opinion, is me kind of just being like, whatever. There is a absolute most useless category in the Game Awards, and then right below the most useless category is best adaptation, because it's just like it's a TV show or a TV show or a movie came out. A Minecraft movie, Devil May Cry, or an anime, I guess just anime series. Splinter Cell Death Watch, which I've never heard of and did not know existed until this. The Last of Us and Until Dawn. And man, I guess it's the Minecraft movie because it had a bunch of memes. I guess the Minecraft movie is the best adaptation. I guess. Splinter Cell is good, directed by the John Wick guy. Cool. Okay. I've never heard of that. I had no idea that existed. I really hope it's not the DMC show. I liked it. I didn't love the Devil May Cry adaptation, but I liked it a lot. It made a lot of people mad in ways that made me laugh. So, like, sure, I don't know. And again, I'm trying to think of like what's a better, like, are there better adaptations that should have been listed on there? It's like, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't, there were a few video game adaptations turned into anime. It's like, but I don't know. Did they come out this year, or they were was that last year? It's like, I don't know. I think this category does not need to exist, and it's weird. Best narrative: Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. This one I'm like, I don't know. I've only seen the ending of one of these games, and I don't think it was good. So, I don't particularly think that like either were that outstanding. So that I saw, I'm going to say Claire Obscure because I don't feel like people saw the ending for a bunch of other ones. So I think that one will win because it's just going to win a bunch of awards. Best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. If a game is going to, if something is going to win in this category, this is No Man's Sky's place to win if they're going to win something, because they continually are very supportive of their community. Helldivers 2 is kind of funny because so many people hate, every release of additional content for that game is just met with different people, not even like the same people who are mad every time. Like different groups of people just get mad about stuff. And I don't know, Fortnite had a good year, but I would say you get that to ongoing game, not community support. Games for Impact, which is just, hey, we want to honor something that is not going to show up in other categories. So we can say that we honored it. It is the most go fuck yourself, Jeff Keighley. It's the go fuck yourself award. Consume Me, Despelote, Lost Records, Bloomin' Rage, South of Midnight, and Wanderstop. Bloomin' Rage being nominated is very fucking funny because I don't think Bloomin' Rage says anything or is trying to say anything. So I'm like, okay. I don't know. I think South of Midnight fucking rules, and I think Wanderstop is cool. So like one of those two, I guess. But in general, all right. So it looks like we're putting our game things in here. This is our holder for these, which is kind of neat. Consume Me, I played the demo of, and I have purchased that game, but I have not played the full game. Because I'm like, woof. But I do think it's fucking cool. All right, so these lenticulars, I guess the lenticulars we're not using go in this kind of holder, which is kind of neat. So we built that, and now we're going to build a cartridge case. Consume Me is great. Like I said, I own it. I just haven't played it yet because I haven't, I played the demo and getting into the grind of the demo and starting to realize like, oh man, yeah, I'm trying to like min-max this, and that's awful, but that's the point of the game. And I was just like, well, yeah, I think I have to be in a particular way to play more of that. Best multiplayer, Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. Peak did not get nominated for independent game. I would love to see Peak win this because the derogatory way that people refer to games like Peak as streamer slop makes me want it to win because it would make those folks unbelievably unhappy. Because Peak is really fucking fun to watch and to play. So I would like Peak to win that. I don't think Peak's going to win that, but I would like that. I would say probably Battlefield wins that. Maybe Arc Raiders pulls it off because of recency bias. I don't know. All right, and I got to put some stuff here. Are we... Okay, yeah, we're building like a circuit. We're building circuit boards here for this Game Boy game. Okay. All right. Okay, I see you. We're building circuits. We're building like the inner layer of it, which we don't need to do. It doesn't need to be anything, but we're gonna do it like it. Sure. Okay. Yeah. All right. I gotcha. It doesn't need this, but we're doing it. It doesn't need this kind of thing, but it's got it, and that's fun. So sure. Yes, green for some circuits here. Sure. And diodes and resistors and all that. Sure, we'll get that. Some chips, whatever we got. It's kind of fun. Best independent game. Absolem, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Hades 2, and Silk Song. I just noticed now that Blueprints hasn't really didn't really get a lot of anything, which I find interesting because that game hit pretty hard with some people, but it's still small. But it's getting a nomination in Best Independent Game. I assume that Clair or Hades 2 or Silk Song, but I think any of those three make total sense to win Best Independent Game. It's totally possible that Clair could win both that and Game of the Year, which is like, yeah, all right. Best Debut Indie Game, Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Despelote, Dispatch, and Megabunk. Dispatch getting in there. They must have gotten out the game really early to influencers and reviewers for them to end up nominated. Megabunk, I think Megabunk is charming. It is not a game for me. It does not serve what I am looking for in any way, shape, or form. But I do like that it exists. So that's pretty good. I think I would say that the debut indie game is also probably Clair Obscur. And I could see Blueprints and Clair Obscur winning one of either of these and not both, but I could also see Clair Obscur winning both of them. That's just my personal take on it. All right, we got to put a sticker on here. Right to the line, and then wait, what happened here? Oh, this goes over one. I put this on wrong. I fucked up. This has got to go over that. Okay, and it goes like that. And then this goes here, and that lets you know there's a Game Boy cartridge there. And this is going right up to the line here. Let's see. Best VR AR game. Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcan Age, Ghost Town, The Midnight Walk, and Deadpool VR, which I don't think is out yet. Right? Is Deadpool VR even out? November 18th. So tomorrow. I assume that means that I believe that I saw a couple different people talk about how they made the game available to people that were doing the nominations because it would come out before the award show. So apparently people could play it if they wanted to. I do remember seeing that with a few people saying that. So I assume Deadpool VR then is just going to win because it's a Deadpool thing. So I assume that wins. Content Creator of the Year. Kedril, Kai Cenat, Moist Critical, Sakura Miko, and the Burnt Peanut. Okay. When I said that, when I was going to go through these and they started, I believe I said that, okay, so it's two of these going here, that there was something to celebrate about the Game Awards. Shout out to, I have to assume, the Japanese contingent who are voting as a block in getting Sakura Miko nominated. Because, like, look, there are some big names. People are going to name some big names. Sakura Miko is certainly a well-known VTuber in HoloLive in Japan. And Miko does have fans, overseas bros that like Miko. In the same way that that our girl last year got nominated, Piccolo, Miko has been nominated. Miko-chan has been nominated this year, and it's weird. And I am not saying that it's only Japanese nominators who are nominating Sakura Miko, but I am saying they must be working together, and that also possibly getting some other people on board. Or just like not enough people actually nominate Content Creator of the Year, that it doesn't take much to get your nomination in. I don't know what it is. I just know that 2 years in a row, a Japanese HoloLive person got nominated. Like, I'm not talking about like Koseki Bijou, who is probably, I don't know if Bibu is the most popular of HoloLive English now, but she's up there. Like Callie or Bibu are like the most popular English VTubers for HoloLive. Like, just by the view numbers, but just going by the numbers. So like, but they are not getting nominated. A Japanese VTuber is getting nominated. Do I think the Sakura Miko is good? Miko is going to win? No, I do not think that Sakura is going to win. It would be very strange if she did. It would be kind of fucking cool if she did, because she's a VTuber and speaks Japanese and knows a little bit of English, but not a lot. Also, there are Japanese VTubers who know way more English than she does, and that also is very funny. I assume she knows that she's been nominated. I didn't think to look to see what if anything she has said. So let me see here. Let's see if she has had anything here. She's doing a collab. Oh no, her last tweet is 12 years ago. Or 12 years ago. 12 hours ago. That's very funny, Pat. What are you doing? 12 hours ago. So that would have been, yeah. So she has apparently not heard the news. If she has heard the news, because, you know, she's Japan time. If she has heard the news, she has not tweeted about it. But I look forward to seeing that weird reaction on there. But this is the thing that I am most interested in about the awards. Sorry, I just have to see. I got some promotional credits from Amazon. More promotional credits from Amazon. Gonna use them when I buy a pay-per-view. Anyway, congratulations to Kai, I assume, for winning Creator of the Year. I assume Kai's gonna win that. I don't know. Hey, we built a cart, and we got our holder here. we got ourselves a little tape here, a little game tape. Game Boy cartridge. Fucking rules. It's cool. Super Mario Land. Put that over there. Very cool. All right, bag 2, where we need the green and we need the back plate. So we do have one thing done here, and then I need bag 2. We're moving here. We already got one bag done of 5. So let's get into bag 2. Got to open that away from the microphone a little bit here for ears. Most anticipated game. Here's the category that just should be thrown into the sun. Who the fuck cares? This is one of the ones, I believe that content creator and most anticipated are the ones that people can vote on. Is the Game Awards site still working or still down? Let me see. It was down earlier. It's just trapped on loading here. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, I can't remember. Player's Voice. Player's Voice is not open yet. Join the newsletter, receive notification. I believe Player's Voice is for just a couple categories. And I can't remember how that works. So my apologies for that. But most anticipated game is the capital B bullshit category. It is the one that should not exist and is completely worthless. And why are we even talking? Why? Why do we have to, why do we have to pretend that's a thing that anyone fucking should care about at all? 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, The Witcher 4. And it's Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto wins that category. What are we doing here? It's just a way to give Rockstar an award. That's all it is. It's a way to give one of these companies an award. Like, I mean, am I anticipating, a 007 game made by IO? Yeah, I am. I'm anticipating that. Do you fucking need to, do we need to be voting on that stuff? No, I don't think we need to be voting on that stuff. I think that's just fucking silly. It's a silly thing. Best action adventure game, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight, Indiana Jones, and Split Fiction. I imagine this is where Hollow Knight gets an award. Maybe their only award of the night. I don't know. But I can also see Death Stranding 2 winning this one because, like, you gotta have Death Stranding 2 win something because Keighley demands. They gotta win. They gotta have his boy somewhere. Oh yeah. Also, I guess Miko might end up getting scanned because Piccolo was in Death Stranding 2 after she was nominated for the Game Awards. Suddenly she was in the game, so maybe Sakura Miko will end up in in one of his next games. Best role-playing game, Avowed, Clair Obscur, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2 getting a nomination. This is Claire's to win, and there are a lot of people that like Kingdom Come Deliverance, so maybe those folks will get their voice heard and get that pushed through. But I imagine it's Clair Obscur. Best fighting game, aka the game that's not fully out, and that versus versus a game that just put out some extra stuff versus 3 collections or reissues. That's 2KO, Capcom Fighting Game Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. I mean, I guess you give it to Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, even though the fighting game part of it is the weakest part online. It's just kind of a fucking mess, and people are having fucking troubles getting games together and playing that game with other people. Getting any game going. And they maybe had to put it out and maybe shouldn't have put it out when they did. Hey, at least there are 5 fighting games this time. Yes, they didn't make it like fighting games / racing or something like that. I don't know. I would give it to Mortal Kombat just because the archival stuff and interview stuff, the documentary stuff is fucking great. I would just do that, I guess. I don't know. Best action game, Battlefield 6. Also on the list, Doom, Dark Ages, which I forgot came out. Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I mean, Hades 2 as an action game, I guess, but I wouldn't put that in there. So I would say, I don't know, Battlefield 6, which also I don't think of as an action game. I don't know, do Shinobi. Shinobi seems cool as hell. It's not for me, but it seems cool as hell. All right, let's get to building here. Let's get to building. Put it on there, put it on there. Innovation and accessibility. I can't say much about it because I have not played, I've only played one of these games. Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight have been nominated. I've only played South of Midnight, so I guess South of Midnight is my winner in that category. I don't know. Best family game, Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. I would not consider Split Fiction to be a family game. Those games keep getting nominated in family category, and it's very weird every fucking time that they get nominated like that. I mean, I guess I would say Lego Voyagers. Also, Lego Party doesn't seem that bad. It seems kind of good. I haven't played it, but it seems kind of good. Yeah, I don't know. Best sim strategy game, The Alters, Final Fantasy Tactics, The Invalid Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum. I guess you give it to Civ 7. Now, is Civ 7 at the point where people would call it good? No. It's probably got another, 4 or 5 expansions, releases, updates before it's a good Civ. But I would still give it over the other things in this category, in my opinion. I would still say, yeah, you want to do that. You want to give it to them. I need 7 of these. Let's try to get through this here. Best sports / racing game, EA FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I think by default you just give it to Mario Kart, although Sonic Racing Cross Worlds winning would be funny. It would be funny if it won that, but I think you just give it to Mario Kart for being a Mario Kart. Best esports game, Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, which I don't know what the fuck a Mobile Legends Bang Bang is, and Valorant. I do not care. Best esports athlete, I do not care, but I will say their names because it's sometimes fun to say their names. Those names being Brock, Crovey, Forsaken. Amazing that Forsaken is not the number 4 Saken. It's FOR Saken, Forsaken, Kakaru, Menard, and Ziwu. I don't know anything about any of these people. I dare not say who favorite is based on anything because that way lies madness. So I refuse to even speculate. Best esports team. Gen G, NRG, Team Falcons, Team Liquid PH, and Team Vitality. Same. Cannot talk about these teams in any way. Do not want a clip of me saying my favorite is, and say one of them, and then find out that they are Bellins. Best game direction, Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, Split Fiction, aka we're giving Kojima an award, god fucking damn it. I don't think the Death Stranding 2 is is going to win, but I think it might win Best Game Direction. I think Clair Obscur is going to be sweeping the Game Awards, but I could see a world where they're like, well, they're putting pressure on people to vote. They want to get that. They want to get that in. And that's it. They do Best Game Direction like it's the fucking Oscars. It's just one of those things where it's like, no, man, Game of the Year is the thing that people care about. They don't care about directors. You could ask people that fucking love Clair Obscur, who's the game director for Clair Obscur? And I have to imagine they wouldn't know, because that's just not the vibe. I feel like nobody I know is talking about Death Stranding 2 the same way they were the first one. I would say the only people I know who really love it are Vinny Caravella and Brad Shoemaker, which sucks because I don't care. And they talk about it. They finally, I think they're finally done talking about it until their Game of the Year stuff. But they talk about it a lot, and I do not give a shit about that game. But yeah, no, I think that game didn't hit as hard as the first one did, because it's just a better version of the first one. And so people aren't really like, I think when people start getting to spoilers for that game, you'll have some people appreciating it because it is fucking wackadoo and it goes weird places. But that's not enough, in my opinion, to like transition to the big awards. But you never know. Maybe it did really well internationally. A thing to remember is that the people who are voting are like, the people who are voting are not just from America or not just people you know. They just talked about it for like 90 minutes on the last podcast and a spoiler stream, so I assume they're done for a few weeks. Yes, Lord Christian, one would hope. That's why I said I think they're done talking about it until Game of the Year time. Because when Game of the Year time comes, they'll be talking about it a lot. But before that, I don't know if they will be talking about it. But they will certainly talk about that. All right. Now I got to put all of these on here on the outsides of here, and then I got to put them on there. We're doing the back of this thing. I got to put a lot of these on. I'm just going to grab a ton of these. I need 10 here. So we got to do 5, and then we got to do the parts that are connecting them. And so I'm going to need 20 of these. So I'm just going to get a bunch of them out, make sure I can get 20. Yeah. I don't know. It's the Game Awards. We'll talk about other news stuff, I guess. There is a Xbox showcase coming. Let's see. When is that coming? November 20th, Thursday, November 20th. There is that. So I guess on Thursday we'll talk about that. Good luck to them doing a preview day on doing that. They got the word out. That plagiarism lawsuit that Bungie was facing, that got settled. You may remember that stuff that was going down there. Basically, a sci-fi author who wrote under a pseudonym said, "Hey, a bunch of your fucking shit was stolen from a story that I wrote all over the place." And they were like, nuh-uh. And also you can't prove it because that stuff got recycled. That got vaulted. So it doesn't even exist anymore. And they were like, hey, judge, you should dismiss this case because look at this person. Their proof is footage that they have to show on YouTube because you can't access that content in the game. And so they have to like use blogs and write-ups and videos about it in order to prove anything. And then the judge said, no, we're going to keep going with this. And then Bungie, in order to attempt to prove stuff, had to use that same footage or different kinds of footage because Destiny as an engine is in such a place where apparently they if they wanted to, they can't like show that stuff in engine again. So they had to rely on YouTube footage of it. That content is apparently not replicable. So they had to like do the thing they said they were going to do, or they said that they were laughing about it, and then they had to do the same stuff. And then they settled out of court. Usually, Lord Crash says, that's how I assumed anything like that would go. So usually what happens is it just gets tossed out because it's very difficult to prove that stuff. In this case, and as Kotaku kind of says, this kind of ended up being a, like, oh, let me see here. I don't know, they've settled, but it kind of was the fact that they vaulted stuff became about content vaulting. Like, that's kind of the whole thing, right? It's that thing of like, they don't have an easy way of showing stuff to counteract what this person was saying because they made it go away. This is kind of fucking interesting and weird. But yeah, that's been settled. We'll never know a lot about the details of it, but also generally, these kind of cases get dismissed or settled immediately, right? They just get settled immediately to make it go away. Bungie didn't want it to go away. They had something to prove because it seems like they were against settling from the get-go. They wanted their day in court, and then they fucked that up real bad. So maybe they should have just fucking settled immediately instead of going through all of this. But they had their day in court. They're certainly owed it. You know, they can have their day in court, and then their day in court didn't go particularly well for them. But yeah, there is one story we didn't get to today, but we'll probably talk more about that on Thursday. Anyway, what we're going to talk about right now is ways that you can support what I do here. Do you like that? Yeah. I feel pretty good about that one. This is the pause for the cause. This is my opportunity to talk to you about ways that you can support what I do here. Everything I'm about to talk about is optional. You don't have to do any of these things. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. You being here is the thing that's important. So for the next couple minutes, I'm going to kind of sell myself and what I do here. First and foremost, I'm going to ask you that if you are a subscriber, could you please throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, and the Tier 2 blue emote in the chat? Because being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming Token, which you can't do now. You can't use your gaming token through the iOS app, but you can use it anywhere else. But yeah, being a subscriber is the easiest way to support me. You get some cool emotes. You never see ads if I have to take an ad break during the stream, or pre-roll ads if you come in, you know, and there's a pre-roll ad that other people had to watch. You don't have to watch that at all. You just get to see it. And also, your money comes to me and I get to buy cool stuff to build on stream to keep this stream going. So that's pretty neat. Let's see what I was going to say. So that's the easiest way to support what I do here. Also, gifting a sub. We're currently at 21 subscribers. The goal is to get to 40. I shut up about my subscriber count at 40. If you want to become a subscriber, you can do that. Or you can gift a sub, be on the gift sub leaderboard with the Aristofan. That's another way to support what I do here. You could also join my Patreon at the $1, $3, $5, or $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon. It's an alternative if you want to support me, but you don't want to go through Twitch. You can do it there. More of your dollar, more of your money, your percentage of your money goes to me on Patreon than it does on Twitch. Some people ask about that. Like, $5 on Patreon, I get more of that than I would $5 on Twitch or $6 on Twitch. But you do you. You pick however you want to help me out, you know, whatever it is. Also, I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBaer. Over on my YouTube channel, I post videos like one video a week, and then every other week there's 2 videos. And you can of course subscribe for free. And if you want to become a member over there for just $2 a month, you can get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So tomorrow I'll post a video that you get to see, and other people have to wait till Wednesday. If you want to find out about another anime series that I slept on in my Kuma Baer series, that's the theme of this month. More on that later. Those are all monthly ways to support me financially. If you would just like to throw $1 or 2 in the old tip jar, you can do that through my Ko-Fi or my PayPal. Everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes AdSense. So watching my videos helps me out. I'm so close to getting that AdSense payout. We'll get it by next year. Through Patreon and through Twitch, all goes into a fund. And out of that fund, I pull money out to buy model kits and Lego sets and gear on occasion. But mostly, it's the model kits and Lego sets to build. The kit I am currently working on right now, this Game Boy. I am building this LEGO Game Boy because I got a bunch of gifted subs at the end of September, and then a bunch of money came in. So I was able to buy this. I have a backlog full of cool shit. I have more stuff coming. I just got an email about it shipping. I have more cool stuff coming in the mail for me to build on stream. If you would like to say, hey, Pat, I know you just bought a bunch of cool shit to build. Don't build any of that right now. Build what I want you to build. You could do that. If you bought something on my Amazon wish list, you jump the queue and become the next thing I build. I make a dedicated video for my YouTube channel, and again, you cut the line, and it's the thing that you bought that I work on. I've got model kits and Lego sets. I've got a Mega brick kit, which is I would like to put that together. I'd like to build this this Mega Halo Banshee because I think that would be cool. But I got model kits and Lego sets. I have inexpensive kits. I have very expensive kits. Kits that are on sale, kits that never go on sale, all kinds of things and things that I would love to put together. And if you would like to see me put together any of those things, you could just buy them on my wish list, and then I would pick them up. Just immediately start building them. So you could do that. My alternative to Amazon is I have a wish list on Throne. It is nice to have alternatives. It's a much more small list over there, but see if there's something there you'd like to pick up for me. And then again, if you want to support me financially, but you want it to be the most convoluted way and it to be like evolve a lot of steps and be annoying, you go to USA Gundam Store. USA Gundam Store, you buy a gift card. They will send you an email with a gift card code. Then you can use that gift card code to buy me something, to then send it to me, copy and paste it, send me a whisper here on Twitch or a DM on Twitter or Blue Sky or Mastodon with that gift card code. And then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. That's how that works. That is just a way to support me if that's how you want to do it. People have bought me gift cards to USA Gundam Store. And it's pretty cool. If you want to support me but not spend any money, I have a Discord. Love to see you in that Discord. Feel free to go hang out there. A couple of video links for you to check out. I will have a new episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club up next Monday, but this current one is recommendations for this season. If you're lost about what to watch this anime season, I have a recommendation video for you to check out. And then also, I mentioned Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series. They're shorts. They are 1 minute or less than 1 minute in length. This one was me talking about the Apothecary Diaries, which I really like and I slept on. I did not watch it until towards the end of the first season. I really goofed on that, and it's crazy that I didn't watch it from the jump. So I talk about that, how it's cool as hell. I have some manga to talk about, some reviews of some manga, and then I'll talk about an anime episode that I watched, which, oops, I did not update this here. Hold on, got to update my my Nightbot commands. There it is, updated. We're good. All right. So I can talk about some manga and some anime. We got to get into that, but to do that, I need to get ready for it. So I do need to drink some water, and we need to transition back to the overhead camera so I can keep working on this Lego. And to do all that dramatically, well, it's going to happen right now. Just get comfortable here. Just gotta scooch my chair in a little bit. I have scooched my chair in. All right. So let's start working on this Game Boy. We'll keep working on the Game Boy here. And as I start working on this Game Boy, I will talk to you about 2 manga that I have been reading. I got Double the Skills from God and The Fallen Saint Dances in the Vortex of War, which is a great fucking title. God. I got Double Skills from God. I believe came out in like 2019 and is completed in Japan, but is slowly being released here in manga form. And I don't know why they're not just dumping it, but they're not. I got Double Skills from God. He's not the best isekai I've ever read, but it's like perfectly fine. It is a perfectly okay one of those. I need one more of these. Hold on. So 4 people were being summoned, 2 guys and 2 girls. They all know each other. They're all in the summoning circle, and they're going to go and get skills from God. While this is happening, one of the guys, so it's like, you know how somebody is like an asshole, but he like plays it off like your childhood friends, like that kind of character. So one of these dudes is just like, Yuma is just like, fuck you, Fubuki, and bumps him off so that he can like, and he basically sends Fubuki off to die, which is crazy for this high school kid to do that. And then God sees this because the God that summoned them sees this. And so God's just like, well, I can't send you to where the other heroes were going, but I've taken the abilities away from that guy because he shouldn't have abilities. And I'll give it to you. So our guy gets double the abilities that he's supposed to have. And basically we jump between him trying to survive in this world and figure his shit out, and eventually make his way to his friends to be reunited with them. And then also, one of his abilities is taming. And so he makes friends with cool animals. The monkey animal is the best reason to check this out. We leave off with the manga where one of his friends is gravely injured. See, he meets a girl that kind of like shows him the world and what to do in there, and she gets gravely injured, and he is using his abilities to evolve his powers to basically put her in a cocoon to heal her. But they can't move her. So now he has to defend her from a bunch of monsters, and then also there's like a dude who's like very tsundere that is there, that I was like instantly don't like him. And then they flash between that and the friend, like the friend who's clearly the girl that has a crush on him, and then the other girl, and then the guy, and they're like, he hasn't figured out that he doesn't have any abilities, that he got nerfed. He has not figured that out yet. So we don't even have yet him like coming to the realization that he's not as strong as he should be. We haven't gotten that yet. You'd think we would, but we haven't yet. I don't think I got Double the Skills from God is particularly good. I think it is definitely readable. And like I said, the best part of it is the animal friends he makes immediately. And when they start leveling up and they can talk to him, that's pretty fun. Because you've got this like little fox guy, and then the monkey guy. And the monkey guy's got like he's got like Tood in a fun way. And that's pretty good. It's totally readable. I don't know. I'll keep reading it as it comes out, but I am not surprised that, like I said, I should say, I am a bit surprised that it got, I forgot a piece here. I am a bit surprised that it got a release, at all. Wait a sec. Did I do something wrong here? It goes like that. Oh, okay. It goes like this. I missed a piece. I am surprised that like it is being released weekly and not just dumped out, because I was like, oh, that's strange. What did get released all at once is the other series I want to talk about. The Fallen Saint Dances in the Vortex of War. That is a 13-chapter manga, and I am very surprised it got released in English, because it got released as 2 volumes, but it was already done in Japan. It is a manga that got canceled, and they didn't like get canceled with enough time to rush the ending. It just says the end. It's like they're preparing for the next like arc of the story, and it just ends. And so like I haven't tracked down the light novel to find out if the light novel is in English to like see what's up. Oh wait, I already built this. Hold on, that's right. I don't have to do this. I have not tracked that down. To me, it's just like a thing that like, oh yeah, that came out. It's weird that it got released in English, but like kind of cool that it did. All right, so this goes like this. And then that, because we have to, well, we don't have to, because eventually we're going to be sliding cartridges in. This is where the cartridge goes. As you can see like that. And then you can see it. Oh, I'm playing Super Mario Land. So eventually it's going to go in like that, which is pretty cool. Attention to detail, liking it a lot. As mentioned, this is my first time doing one of these big Mario kits. This is the first time I've gotten to do one of these. So a lot of the fact that inside this cartridge is like kind of like the idea of a components for a game cart is pretty fun. That is a fun little bit of business. So the Fallen Saint Dances in the Vortex of War is over. If you want to go get 2 volumes of this, you could just read the whole thing. As I said, it does not end. It just has like the end, and it's just kind of like, all right, they'll do more. This is a revenge story. It is a reincarnation story. It is not an isekai. Our main character, Alicia, she was raised in an orphanage, and then it became clear at some point, oh, this girl's got holy powers. Hell yeah. So she immediately got sent to the battlefield because they've been fighting the Demon Lord and the demons. They have been taking over territory in the demon realm because humanity has decided that's ours and we should get that back. So they're going to, quote unquote, reclaim it and all that other stuff. And you're like, well, who are the real bad guys? Well, it turns out the real bad guys are our people, because the Crown Prince, who is, of course, her fiance, conspires with the woman that he loves, that she is the real Saintess, which is, of course, completely bogus. She's worked herself to the bone. She is charged with conspiring with the demons and publicly executed because they can't let people know that she's got that she is, of course, actually the Saintess. So they poison her so her powers don't work. Which is fucked, but smart. It's smart that they do that. They poison her so her powers don't work. And then she's dead, right? And as she's dying, she finally has had enough, and she's just like, I curse this entire kingdom. I curse all of you. I hope that, I hope this kingdom is plunged into darkness and despair. And then she gets revived by the Demon King. And she's just like, why did you bring me back as a demon? Are you trying to torture me? Like, I don't care about this kingdom. Like, that's not going to work. And he's just like, nah. Now, it's very clear that the Demon King, who is way stronger than the Saintess, was way stronger than the Saintess. Now he's not, but originally he was. Just like thought that she was having a bad time and felt bad for her. So when she died, he resurrected her as like a human demon hybrid because like he has a crush on her. Like, it's very clear that he's just like, yeah, I want you to be my bride. I got smitten with you. You're such like a hard worker and you care about people. And it's just like really nice. And it's very clear in the text, like Alicia does not understand why she is alive. She starts talking about like, oh, you should brand me and have an oath so I won't betray you and I'm okay. It's very fucking funny because during this whole thing, all her monologue, there's like minor characters in the background just being like, did we get the wrong girl? Are you sure this is a saintess? I think she went insane. Like they're just like, we do not need this person on our team. And of course, now that she has, she can still use holy powers, even though she is a demon because unknown reasons. And she just wants revenge, but she's also, through the course of these 13 chapters, we get to see that she's not evil. She does save a bunch of people, that she doesn't want to kill all humanity, just like the people in charge of it. She rescues a bunch of demi-humans, and they all want to be strong and serve her, and it's a whole thing. She doesn't even kill the woman that betrayed her and brought about her death, because she's like, oh no, it's a fate worse than death. And it's like, no, you just don't want to kill her. She does kill some humans, don't get me wrong. And then it just kind of ends. There's going to be more things. There is introduction of another character whose powers theoretically rival hers, but we don't know anything about her. And it just kind of ends. And I will say this. I wish it hadn't been canceled. Not so much that I've like looked up the light novel, because I'm not big on light novels, but like I want to read a summary of the light novels and where it left off and what I kind of want to know what happens. I want to know like those battles. I would have liked to have read those battles in a manga, but alas, I cannot. But again, I'm surprised that I've read as much of this as I have, all of it, that it got translated even though it ended. That is unusual to me. The only thing I think of is it got canceled while they had like a contract with it getting translations. So they just kept doing the translations. I don't know, but it's weird. But I think it's pretty good. Again, if you're okay with the fact that you're not going to be able to see the whole thing, the whole story, The Fallen Saint Dances with the Vortex of War. Again, great title, very evocative. I dropped the Lego, and I think it's a pretty good story, so check that out. Now it's part of the stream where I'm going to talk about an episode of anime. Dad is hero, mom is a spirit, I'm a reincarnator. Basically tells you everything you need to know, except that this show has a lot of political intrigue. In the last episode, we found out why exactly and what exactly the curse that befalls the royal family is, where they cannot approach spirits because a previous king at one point killed a bunch of lower spirits in order to entice the Queen of Spirits, who is the mother of our main character, to like help him when she didn't want to, because he wanted to wage war, and she's like, I'm not going to help you do that. Fuck off. Yes, Lord Crash into anime. So the thing is that they know that the spirits don't like them, but they don't know why. That has been lost to history, so they've never properly apologized or made amends. And the last episode ends with Origin, the Queen of the Spirits, being like, Ellen, you can't talk to them, you can't tell them, and I know you want to help these spirits that want to be avenged, but you can't. They just have to be there until, which is like crazy, but okay. So the young princes, one of whom has seen Ellen before and is smitten with her, they keep trying to meet Ellen, and Ellen has to avoid them. And it's apparently been 3 years since that episode. We get a little bit of time dash. But they do meet her cousin, Raphaelia is, so a reminder, the hero's brother ran the territory when the hero was gone. He had a mistress, and he has a daughter with that mistress, and then they got married, but the woman, his mistress, is not does not seem to be actually that faithful. And the daughter went from being she's suddenly a noble, but she hasn't been trained properly how to be a noble. So she's kind of just she's very annoyed that the two princes keep coming to see her cousin, but not her. There's no reason for them to want to come to see her. They don't know her. But the older prince, Gadfil, kind of finds it amusing that they keep running into her, and she's just like why? They don't know. She doesn't know shit. Raphaelia doesn't know shit. Meanwhile, there's some stuff going on with some mines, and Ellen, our main character, has been doing that. And then we meet one of my favorite characters, Van, who is a white tiger spirit and a childhood friend of Ellen, but he can't turn into a human, so he can't be with her in the human realm. And he's bummed because, he's obviously in love with her and has been his whole life, but he can't see her because he can only be a tiger right now. So we're introduced to Van, and he's bummed he can't go and hang out with her. Also, he is the son of a spirit that has helped out Origin for millennia, so they're all kind of linked together and close knit. But yeah, he's fucking real bummed out that he can't be there in that world. But I'm glad we finally met him. Episode 7, a character I really like, because he's just he means well, but he's also a goof. But he is trying his best. It looks like they're going to have to close the mine. And they're going to call the gold ingots that Ellen made family heirlooms. That is how they're going to explain that they have this gold. Is their family heirlooms, they had it for a long time, but they're probably going to have to close the mine, which is going to mess up a lot of stuff. They visit a bunch of miners. Ellen notices, hey, this man's got a lot of quartz. And she can't just say, hey, there's a lot of quartz here, everybody. She can't just tell them that, because she's got to keep it on the down low about her powers. All right, so I have to put this in like this. Okay, this just goes in like that then. Okay. All right. Putting it in like that. Not quite sure why I'm doing it like that. What this is yet, but we'll find out. We're kind of just putting in. We're just putting in component. These are representing components right now. We're doing a lot of oh yeah, okay. We got to put this in there, and it represents this, and this represents that. And we're just doing stuff with bag 2. But so she turns a piece of silver into a quartz piece, so she can be like, hey, wait, there's quartz here. And then they all get hope. They're like, oh shit, we can mine quartz out of this mine. So hooray. And maybe they'll be able to open it up. And then Ravel is mad. He is annoyed that that Ellen interfered because using her powers is could be difficult. It could lead to the king finding out about some stuff, and so she's supposed to not really do stuff like that. And then apparently the mine is also cursed. It is believed that the mine is cursed. This is a thing that we did not know at first, and we're finding out, oh, actually, there's a curse going on here. So that's fucked up. This is neat. But yeah, apparently, everybody, there's a curse going on. And it's actually a lung disease. The miners aren't cursed. They're just sick from inhaling too much rock dust. So, she already got yelled at by her dad for interfering, but people are sick. And so she consults with her mom, the Queen of Spirits, being like, hey, I'd like to make a medicine. Because Ellen, in her previous life, was a pharmacist. One thing that's kind of neat is that the light novel series of this was illustrated by the same artist who did Parallel World Pharmacy, another isekai about, in this case, about a pharmacist. In this one, she was a pharmacist in her real life, or in her previous life. So she gets permission to design medicine for the miners, and she works so hard that she ends up getting sick, and the episode ends with her having a fever because she is still part human. So she's got herself a fever, but she has developed a medicine that will help out the miners. And this medicine will become a plot point that is important going forward. Let's see. Wait, does this not line up? Are these supposed to line up? They don't look like they do. Did I do them wrong? Maybe they're not supposed to line up because it's kind of hard for me to tell here. I can only go on by what they say, and this says that goes into there, and then this one goes in, that piece goes into there, and that goes into there. So I'm just doing what this told me to do. If it turns out I did something wrong, I'll fix it. Make sure to count your dots and alignment. I messed up twice on the edges, says Dirty. That's good. That's a good note. That's a good note for everybody. Now, of course, if I did mess up something, I can always go back and fix it. There should be is there a space between those? Let me look. It might be that I have missed something here. No, okay, there's definitely a space between this piece and that piece. Okay, because I can see green there. So there's a space there. That definitely goes right where that is. And there's a space across from it. And then this goes next to that. So there. And then this goes right there. And not into this one, into this one. All right, I think I did this right. We'll find out later if I did it wrong. Because these are not even, but maybe they aren't even. I don't know. Now we got to get into bag 3. So we are now growing. We are now growing our collection of pieces that we don't need. Put that there. Here's all the pieces that we don't need yet. Put those there, and we're already in bag 3. So my guess is that we are going to finish this by the end of Thursday's stream, which $1 per hour is one of the worst LEGO sets I've ever had. $1 per hour. Coolness factor off the fucking charts, but considering how expensive this kit was, if we're doing like 1.5 streams or like that's no good. That's not great. We don't love that. Also trying to remember the name of the anime where the main character just got back from being isekai'd and they're sitting in class, a summoning circle starts to form, and MC tries to jump out the window, then escape into the ceiling. Yeah, that's the second summoning. I can't remember what it is. There is an anime where our main character was summoned, lived a full life, went back to the real world, and then somehow ends up being reincarnated as a kid, and then gets a summoning circle and tries to avoid that because he doesn't fucking want to do that. If you were wondering, we didn't get a dud. We have the headphones jack here. No dud. I forget that anime. Anime where a guy gets isekai'd twice. Let's see. I was summoned to a parallel fantasy world too many times. It's not that one. A boy who has been reincarnated twice spends peacefully as the S. Yes, okay. I think that's that. I think that's the one. I think the one that you might be thinking of this anime. The reincarnated boy lives peacefully as an S-rank adventurer. Maybe? No, it's not that one. I know you're not thinking of that one. That one, because that one doesn't have the class summoning. That's a guy who dies and gets reincarnated a bunch, not that he's been isekai'd twice. That's wrong. I really don't know. There's that premise has not been used. Thanks. Summon to another world again. Yes, okay. That's what it is. Yes. Summon to another world again. That's the one you're thinking of? Yeah, I thought that one was pretty all right. I mean, I couldn't remember which one it was, but oh, that's right, because he gets summoned again, but he doesn't look the same because he was in a different body when he got summoned the second time. So he has to go find his companions from the first time around to find out why he got summoned. Like, he was like, I saved the world. Why are they summoning now a bunch more people? What's happening here? And it turns out for greed and if I remember correctly, this might not be this manga, Dirty, so I apologize if it's not. I think this was the manga where it's like 20 chapters of him fighting his childhood friend from that world. I was thinking of it because the current seasons, my stats are higher than the hero anime. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the assassin one. The one that I really love the premise of that one, but I don't particularly care about the, like, once it goes from I am secretly trading my stats to I met a cool cat demon and a girl, and now I'm just going to save the world. Yeah, I really like the first like 6 or 7 chapters of that, where it's him like hiding his abilities and hiding the fact that he's stronger than the hero, and trying to figure out like what's going on here, and like figure out like why were they summoned, and try to like figure out a way back. And then eventually the only person that was ever really looking out for him gets fucked up, and so then he's like, all right, I'm out, I'm gonna go to a dungeon and hide there. And then it's like the original premise, they're like, there aren't any girls in this show, and there aren't any animals in the show, so let's put in all that. Let's have him like go on a cool quest. It feels like they were writing this show, and this light novel, and then the manga, and then an anime. Like they were writing it, and they were liking what they were writing, and then they saw Arafuerta, and they were like, oh, he should be an edgelord. Shit, we got to make this dude a fucking edgelord. Why doesn't he suck shit? We got to make him suck ass. But yeah, pacing's bad on that one. I do think that the Summon to Another World Again, I believe that one, most of the I gave up on that one because I think that's the one where the main character eventually runs into somebody that caused all these problems so that the main character would get summoned again, because they didn't get to finish their fight, because they're like, you didn't choose to love me and be with me, you left. And he's like, the main character's like, you are like one of many people I know, you're not special to me. And he's like, oh, well, now I'm gonna kill you. And then it just takes forever of him almost killing him, and then not, and then, oh, but what about this? And then no, and oh, what about this? And then like, I'll kill all your friends, but he doesn't kill all the friends. And yeah, I was just like, I think I'm done here. It was so many chapters of this one fight. I was like, fuck this. That happens a lot in these kind of battle manga, where it's just like, all right, it's time for a lot of backstory. making a character who was not important suddenly very important, and then also long dragged out fights that, because it's a monthly comic, will take a fucking year to get through. Ugh. Anyway, we got some time left on the stream. I'm just gonna knoll these parts and get them ready here. But we've gotten some of our Game Boy put together here, but we got more of our Game Boy to do. I do think I'm gonna finish this on Thursday. If I don't finish on Thursday, I'll definitely finish the beginning of Saturday. So I will do a poll about what I start next, because I don't have anything off my wish list in the mail here or coming in. That I know of. I don't think I do. So I will do a poll for my $10 patrons about what I should work on next. Because I do think this bag and these two bags is probably just going to be Thursday's stream. That's my guess anyway. I don't know for sure. But I feel like I'll probably... Oh, and I don't even know what's in this box yet. You know what? It's time to find out what's in the box. A rubber... Fucking Lego... This box is here for one rubber band. Just put it in fucking one of these bags. What are we doing here? I'll put it back in its box, everybody. I can't lose this little Lego. Lego gotcha, yeah. Now is the part of the stream, because we have a little time left. I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching right now? What are you playing? What are you up to? What are you into? What do you got going on? I always love hearing from you about those things. There was an update to Nubby's Number Factory that came out. I have not checked it out. I would like to check it out. I will soon. We won't be playing that till November or December anyway, because I think that there's a new mode, and I'm sure there are going to be bugs in that mode. So I do look forward to hearing more about that. I do have a deck in Hearthstone I really like, which I'll be showing tomorrow during my Hearthstone stream. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, I will be showing off some new decks and some new cards that I put into old decks to kind of make them a little better. Some of my constant decks. There's a couple new cards. I mean, I'm mostly just playing a Druid deck from last expansion that has like one new card in it that's pretty good. It's a standard deck because there are too many legendary minions in Wild that makes it not as good. But this card works really fucking well in standard, so I'm still playing that a lot because it's just fun and kind of random. There's a lot of RNG, so I like that. Yeah, so I'm playing a lot of Hearthstone. Yesterday, I watched a bunch of wrestling, and that was very fun. I watched the Sendai Girls show, the 10th anniversary of Hashimoto, the champion, her 10 years of wrestling. That was really fucking fun. A cool mix of some legendary wrestlers and some modern wrestlers just fucking trying to make things work. Hashimoto versus Sari is... Sari, that's with 3 E's, Sareee, might be having one of the best years of a Joshi in decades. She is just having a phenomenal year as an independent between the not solo shows, but the self-produced shows that she runs, between her time in Stardom and Marigold and Sendai. She has just been all over the place. The fact that she was a fucking Japanese stereotype in NXT and is now reclaimed her like best of the indies title in Japan is remarkable. But she's just she had a match in Ring of Honor just cause that people are assuming will lead to more. Just a phenomenal year. She's undeniable. And she had a fucking banger with Chihiro Hashimoto, Big Hash, who is having a phenomenal year in her 10th year as a wrestler. Real good. Just real good shit. Always a pleasure to see Big Hash do her thing. She's a throwback to a different time, but is just so fucking phenomenal and a joy to watch. Just like a big, strong gal tossing people around with just unbelievable drip. She's just got such fucking aura. She's just oozing aura. That was a really fun show to watch. There is a pay-per-view, so I will not be streaming on Saturday. There's an AEW pay-per-view this Saturday. I am taking the night off in order to watch it with friends, which will be fun. So I will be doing that. And then I will be, so just taking Saturday off. No, not streaming on a different day. Just going to take that day off. Do I wish that AEW did more Sunday night pay-per-views like they used to? Yes, I do. I wish they did more Sunday pay-per-views. That was more convenient for me, but they are Saturday. Or when they did that Saturday afternoon. They did that Saturday afternoon show, and that I thought was great. And I wish they would do the Saturday afternoon again, because that was convenient for me as well. Saturday night, probably good for a lot of people. Not good for me. But oh well. I can't make them do it. I don't have that power or authority. So yeah, on Thursday we'll go through the card, because I imagine that on Wednesday they'll add in some stuff. Hopefully they'll add a second fucking women's match to the card, because right now there's just one. It's the two women's champions facing each other, and that's it. So hopefully they add another one. That would be pretty good if they did that. One of the tag matches or something. I'm hopeful that we get an announcement about that, or a setup for that on Wednesday, because that would be a shame if we didn't get that. And it's just, look, I think Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné is gonna fucking kick ass, but I would like to see more on the card, more ladies on the card, if at all possible. But right now, also, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches on the card, so there will be more. Dirty rolled credits on Power Wash Simulator 2 yesterday, cleared all the achievements for it, and currently working through Outer Worlds 2 and Bravely Default Remaster. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely taking my time with Power Wash Simulator 2. We'll do another stream of that, I'm sure, next month. It'll just be up for voting. If not, definitely doing it. But we'll probably end up doing more of that, because I just have so much fun with it. Lashberg says, I went to Last Airbender MTG pre-release Sunday. It was only 8 people, but a lot of new players. Was my first time really playing Magic in over a decade. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that is the scuttlebutt, is that a lot of people who really like Avatar, that have friends who like Magic, are trying out Magic the Gathering finally, because their friends are like, hey, you like Avatar? The person that was like in charge of this expansion or this set really likes Avatar too. It was fun. Got to do a lot of earthbending. Watched the movie Doomsday, after which is incredibly dumb mashup of Escape from New York and Mad Max, and some of the worst editing you've seen, I've heard. And then Lord Crashing says, I've been rewatching Stranger Things for the first time, with the first part of the final season starting next week. Also started Death by Lightning, a miniseries on Netflix about how James Garfield became president and his unfortunate assassination. Great beards all over it. That sounds pretty cool. I might check that out. I don't know. I might not. I'm going to put this here so that I know. Okay. So that is probably going to do it for our stream. I can know this stuff here. Oops, I knocked a piece over, and I'm going to see if I can find it right now. I did just not. Oh, I found it. Great. For all I know, this might be an extra, but I did find it, and I want to make sure I have it, because who knows. But I am going to knoll just some pieces here, and then on Thursday, I will resume building this Lego. And we might finish this on Thursday. I don't know. But you'll have to tune in for that. And also make sure you tune in tomorrow for Hearthstone times. I'll be showing off 2 decks I like. And that'll be fun. Oh, Nick Offerman is playing Chester A. Arthur. Great fit. Yeah, I mean, that would be a good fit. I did see him doing some podcast appearances and stuff, and I wonder if that was because of that. Anyway, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. But we're not done hanging out, because we still need to go on a raid. That's right, friends. We do need to go keep the party moving and go hang out with some people who are doing cool stuff out there. We are, of course, going to go hang out with Desert Bus for Hope. They are raising money for Child's Play. Again, they have currently raised $375,000. And right now they are playing Beyblade tournament that was popular last year, and they're resuming their Beyblade tournament this year, which is a very funny and stupid thing to go jump into. So we're going to go raid them. A lot of good giveaways, a lot of good raffles, some silent auctions, plenty of reasons to go and support if you got a little change in your pocket to help out the Desert Bus folks as they try to raise a ton of fucking money. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope that you can come back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern for some Hearthstone, or Thursday for me to continue to work on this cool Lego set. I'll see you on the next stream. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.